Hey everyone! Okay, so today, or right now at least, we are going to be doing the do-it-yourself paper Christmas village tutorial. So from the December Silhouette Life inspiration box. So what you need to do is you need to grab your cardstock, just your plain white cardstock, and you'll need your tea light candle, just your little one. Make sure that it works, which mine does. So now you have your paper and your candle. That's all you need from the box. Then you'll need any type of glue or adhesive product. To make your village, you're going to have to glue a couple tabs. So I have come prepared, and I have like a adhesive roller, and I have like a glue marker that I have. I'm going to test these out, see which one I like. I hate waiting for glue to dry. That's why I love hot glue, but I didn't want like kind of the bulkiness of hot glue. So I'm really hoping this adhesive roller will work, but we're going to test it out. So what you need to do, in the tutorial, she talks about how you can create your own 3D objects. So if you had your own idea of what you wanted to cut out with the cardstock, you could make your own 3D objects. So if you are interested in that, go through the tutorial. Leave me a comment below if you have any questions, and I'm more than happy to show you, walk you through it, do a tutorial on that. I feel like for the majority of us, when we're doing these box projects, we do it with whatever she already has set up. And so I'm going to start doing the tutorials that way and just being open to help you if you need anything else, because I think that'll help me get the tutorials out to you quicker, which we all really like. And then you can see exactly how it would be if you're just opening and going, not doing your own stuff. But the tutorial breaks it down. You just make lots of squares, circles, weld it, all those things. Read it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I can help you through it. So what we're going to do is I've scrolled down in the tutorial where it goes through everything, and I found the file. So I opened it up, so it's in my Silhouette Studio with the file for all the houses on the paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a screen share just really quick to show you what it looks like, mess with the settings, and then we'll come back to send it to my machine. Okay, so I have my screen pulled up. This is what the file looks like when I opened it in the Studio file format. If you open it in the SVG, you do need to resize it to fit exactly how it'll fit on the cardstock. Sorry, the 8.5 by 11. So it's all set up here right now for me for the 8.5 by 11, the Cameo mat 12 by 12. You cannot cut cardstock without a mat. So like how you can cut vinyl without a mat, you cannot do that with cardstock. So I have it set up. She has it fit perfectly on the sheet of paper. So I'm going to go to send, and we need the cardstock plain setting. So we want 3, 4, 20 to be able to go ahead and send it like that. So I'm going to click on send. It's all ready to go as soon as I have my paper loaded into my Cameo. So I'm going to pull that up, and then we will be able to cut it out. So now we are going to load it into my machine. So make sure you have it up and down, not sideways, because the way that the file is set up for you, it's up and down. If you have changed it, you can change the direction of it, but just following what she has, make sure it has it up and down. So I've loaded it in. Right here, my blade, to make sure we're good, is at a 3. So that's where it needs to be for cardstock. Everything else is good. It's loaded up. It's ready to cut out. So what we're going to do is in your Silhouette Studio, just go ahead and click Start or Send. It'll send it over to your Cameo, and then I will show you once it's done cutting. I'm going to do all of the designs right now. So what that means is some of the designs aren't on the mat. All that means is drag one off on your studio, drag the other one on, make sure you have show cut lines and don't put any that are going outside of those lines. And that way when we're ready to put them together, you can see all 3 that I've cut out. If you have any questions on that part, let me know. Again, I want to do exactly what you guys need. I'm still kind of filling out what people are looking for in these videos. So please give me any feedback you have. I am always welcoming to it. That's the word I want. So I'm going to cut these out, and then we'll show you what to do. So I have the houses cut out. I just lost it. There you go. This is what one looks like when I just peeled it off. I haven't done anything else. I peeled it off a little bit too quick, and you can see right there I kind of ripped it a little, but I think we'll be able to save that one. But I wanted to show you how to get off your mat. So if you have a really sticky mat, it is going to want to warp or rip your cardstock. So you have to be very careful. So I always like to start from a corner and just very slowly and gently, see how it's pulling up really nicely there? it can do that in spots and then give you trouble in other spots. So just keep pulling really carefully. If it starts to pull it, you're having a hard time, here's the trick. I'm going to show you down here so you can see it. My mat is upside down. So this is my mat, and you can peel the mat away from the cardstock. So you just very slowly and still carefully peel your mat away, and this will help to not warp your cardstock as much. So you just have to be careful and slowly but surely peel up your mat. So this is especially helpful if you have a really sticky mat and you don't want your house to have to unwarp your house. If I ever have my cardstock warp really bad, I will set it in between a book or something like that. So now you have all these pieces stuck on your mat. If you don't want to pick them off individually, use your little squeegee burnishing tool. And what you'll do, I'm trying to be better at showing you each little piece on the camera, but I'm still working on camera skills, is you'll just push them off your mat. Now you've got all these little pieces. I'm just going to throw over here. And you can just push them off to the closest. Oh, let's move my house. Alright, or not move my house. I don't have very long fingernails right now. That's a struggle. Okay, so we're just going to push all of these. Some of them take a little bit more effort than others. We're just pushing all these off the mat. That way, your mat is back to being clean and ready for the next time you use it. So, now I'm going to show you how to pick out the pieces on the house. And we're just going to kind of clean these up. So, see how I have little squares that didn't pop out? You can and should be able to just pull them right off. So, I'm just going to go through, find all those little pieces that are stuck in the house. Okay, so this one is good. This one we've got a few. We've got something up here. Okay. There we go. So this one is good. This house. Okay, so if it starts to like rip, you can clean that up with a craft knife afterwards. So do you see this? Just a little fuzzy left over right here. If it's big enough, I can get it with scissors. If it's small, I just like to trim with just a little craft knife. When you're pulling it, just be really careful not to try to rip into the cardstock, but rip away from this. So you want this to be left on there, not pulling away from the cardstock. Does that make sense? Okay. Oh, forgot a couple right here. Okay, so now all my houses are ready, and I have the roof. So I'm gonna get this all organized, clean up all these little pieces, and then we can put the houses together. Okay, I'm back. So now what you're going to do is grab one of your houses. So you have the roof and the house, and you're gonna shape the roof. So what that means is there's a perforated line right here. Just fold it along that line. So now you have a nice little roof shape. So then what you're going to do is you're going to fold all of the tabs on your house. So right here, this is a tab, and you're going to want to fold into the house. So like I want this right now to be the outside of my house. So sorry, I saw a little piece I wanted to pull off. So I'm going to fold this tab inside, and you're going to do exactly what we did with the roof and just fold down on that perforated line. So now you can't really see it from the outside of the house, but on the inside, we have this nice little tab ready to go. So you're going to find all the tabs in this house. So we've got one right here. Fold that down, and then you've got this one right on the edge. So we're going to fold this one down. So now that all of those perforated lines have been folded, you're going to fold the rest of your fold lines like the corners of your house. So right here, and you know they're fold lines if they're perforated. That's the word. So these ones are, so I'm going to fold this. I like to fold in and then fold it back into the shape that it should be. I'm going to fold right here. Yay! And then I'm going to fold right here. So then you can see how it is ready and wants to be that house. So you're going to apply glue to all of the tabs. Don't worry about the top two yet, because that is going to be your roof. So I'm going to glue the other parts, and then we'll glue it when we're ready. So there's just one on this one. So we're going to apply glue. I'm going to try this adhesive roller. So let me show you, just in case you want to see me apply glue to it. So I have my roller right here, and I'm going to lay it flat so that I can get this adhesive really good. So I'm going to line up my roller. Oh, I think my roller might be out of adhesive. Let me see if I can get... Oh, I think there was some excess adhesive. So let's try this. You guys, it's not working. No! I'm really sad about this. Okay, well, that is not going to work. That may be out. So let's try this pen. This is just a glue marker. So I'm just going to very lightly press down to activate the glue and then spread it all over. You don't need a ton of glue. And then I'm going to rebuild my house right here and set this corner lined up right on top of that glue. So I'm making sure that it's even. It is even on the bottom and on the top and on these sides. And then it's okay to lay your house flat like this. Just be careful of those tabs. And I'm going to kind of help some of this glue. I don't like this glue that I used. Okay, I'm going to I'm trying to think of any other glue or why this isn't working. I'm actually trying to let this dry too. Okay, so now it's dry enough that I can set it up. We're going to work on the roof. So let me find some other glue and we'll work on the roof. Found better glue. Found a Craft Bond Clear Dual Tip Elmer's. So now I have my house and I'm going to apply glue to the two roof tabs. So I have a really skinny section and you just need to apply just a little. Oh, there's the little bubble. Just a little right there and then on this side. Okay, so then how to do the roof. We've got our roof pieces. She finds it easier to lay them upside down and attach it like that. So I'm going to turn this for you. Okay, so I've got my roof here on the ground. I'm lining up the tips of the house with this corners so that it feels even to me. And I'm resting it up. And then my glue is setting right where it needs to. So I'm going to lift up this side. Okay, so then I have my roof, and I'm pressing in from the top to hold down my roof spot. Uh-oh, came off. Ah, okay. Here's how we're going to do this. Can you see this? So I'm going to adhere one side, holding it on that tab to the roof. Okay, and then I'm lining back up the roof since paper you can kind of move around. And I'm setting this side on while still pressing with my thumb on the other section of the roof. I'm just trying to let it dry. Okay, so then I'm pressing it down like this now, and I'm trying to make sure I get both sides with some glue right there. And once it's glued and dried, it looks like that. So, oh, you just saw my house fall apart. So I'm struggling with that section. I think if you have, even if you have hot glue, this might be the section to do that on because I'm struggling. So I'm pressing it again. But do you see how that corner's coming out? Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm pressing down on this side again. See if I can get it to just sit on it. So I'm going to apply some more glue. I think I kind of dried up all the glue. So then I'm letting it sit on one side and I'm folding over my house on the other. So now I have it again glued and I'm just going to let it sit on the table and hope that it just resting on that spot. I'm going to press back up from the bottom again so my fingers are underneath. Oh, you can't see it. Are underneath the house. Because one side adhered pretty good. Oh, you guys. I got it. Okay, practice makes perfect. And I hate glue. So, there's one house. I'm really nervous about that. But it's still stuck, so that's good. Now, let's try a different house. And I'm going to try this thing. I have so many of these, I don't know what works and what doesn't. So I'm going to take this other house. We're going to do the same thing. I want this to be the outside. So, folding down those tabs. So we have 3 tabs. I'm folding on the perforated lines. Perforated line, perforated line. And then I'm going to glue this little piece so it adheres to this section. So, let's take this. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that left a little glue strip. I don't think you can see that, but it did. Oh, and my neighbor's wonderful music. Sorry if you can hear that. Okay, so then I'm lining up those 2 lines right here. Oh, wasn't quite even. Okay, so then we have this section of my house, and now we need to do the roof on this side. So let's fold down our roof, and let's see how it's going to look on here. Okay, that'll work. So I'm going to apply the adhesive strip on these as well. Just a little bit on both sides. This is working way better. Okay, so then I'm lining up the tip of the house with the tip of the roof. And let me show you. So I'm just trying to get this roof to sit nicely on top. Okay, so I like that. And now I'm pressing to get that adhesive strip, and I'm pulling it from the inside with my thumbs. Oh, that worked way better, way better. So if you have one of these or any sort of adhesive strip that works, use that, because that house took me 2 seconds and my fingers aren't sticky and the glue doesn't get gross. Do that. This one is still working, but I mean, you can see it's like warped from the glue right there. I just have never liked glue, you guys. Okay, so this one, I've got a little bit more of a struggle here. So let's fold all the tabs still. Just got little pieces that I can clean up with that craft knife. Okay. My neighbor drives me nuts. That's okay. Okay, so fold down the insides. I probably shouldn't have said that. Still love them. Still a good person. Just not a loud music fan. Okay. So now I folded all the pieces. I need to apply glue right here. You guys have probably figured out how this works by now, but just in case, I'll finish this tutorial. So we've got all the glue there, and I'm folding this over and making sure again to line the bottom up with the bottom of this. Oh, perfect. Alright, so then we have this tall building. Yay. And then we need to do the roof on this one. So take your roof piece, fold it. Also, mine only came with 2 on her design of the roof pieces. So I just copied one, pasted it, cut it out again. So, not sure if I'm just blind, but that's what I did. So I'm just laying it on here to see where it'll line up. Let's adhesive strip this one again. So just right here on this tab, we're just going to put a little strip. Yes, I could not be more of an advocate for these glue strip things. So nice. Okay. Except it just glued it to me. That's how good mine is. Okay, so then we need to lay the roof on it again. So I'm going to line up these top corners and kind of... Nope, I messed up. Let me show you. Okay. So, struggle. Let's see. I'm getting too much, so I'm going to fold this in a little bit more because it was sticking up too much and not letting me position. Okay, there we go. So now we've got this positioned, and I need to press up from the bottom. It's harder on this one because it's so tall. So, hopefully I got it right the first time. Okay, so basically my hand is inside it, and I'm just pushing, I guess I can move this back up. I'm just pushing up those pieces to make sure it's really adhered well. So now, look at that. Also, she had a different, I think she had a cross on hers. I really, really liked the flower. So all I did was I ungrouped it, deleted the cross, It's terrible of me. Copied this little one from her design, made it just a little bit bigger, pasted it on this one, and cut it out like that. So you can even change her pre-made ones. So then I'm lining up my little village. We'll see. Yay! So now we have these little villages. And then you can take your tea light and you can put it, I'm going to put it underneath this one. Put it in your little house, and then you can have a cute little village of paper Christmas houses. That will look so good on a mantle. So let me know if you have any questions. Really simple cardstock, cheap, nice decorations, especially if you are on a budget and don't have a lot around you. Just use some cardstock and make some cute houses. So let me know, again, if you have any questions. Subscribe to my channel to see the other tutorials. Sign up for this box using the link below. She has a few left of December, so sign up quick, let me know, and I can get you that box. Otherwise, January is going to be great as well. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, that moment when you don't actually stop the video? Alright, now thank you for watching.